Remember when I was saying that the end of this year was going to be packed? Well, maybe not. Hey, what's up everyone, it's SpeedSuperSonic bringing you guys another video. In this video today, we have a very interesting discussion for today because this is just talking about the rest of the year, really. We are approaching, or basically we're in the end of October, which means we essentially have 2 more months in 2023 left until we are now in 2024. This year absolutely flew by for me. I'm not sure about you guys, but it was also a jam-packed year for Sonic too. We received Season 2 of Sonic Prime. Of course, we got new Sonic the Hedgehog video game material like Sonic Frontiers, all of the new updates, including Sonic Superstars, the brand new game that just came out. A bunch of other content was sprinkled in there too, but we also were expecting 2 other projects as well. We were expecting not only Season 3 of Sonic Prime with the recently released sneak peek / teaser for Season 3 that was only a few weeks ago, but also the Knuckles TV show, which was promised in 2023 as well, and was stated numerous times throughout the year that we'd be getting it in around fall or winter of 2023. Well, things might have changed, because what I originally believed to be the sampler for the tail end of the year, which was Sonic Superstars, and then we'd have our main course meals when it came to Sonic Prime Season 3. Don't laugh at me when I say that, I like the show, or mainly the Knuckles TV show, the next installment in the Sonic movie universe. That in particular I think most people are, well, the most excited for. Well, I wanted to kind of bring more attention to this because there's a very good chance we're not getting either of those projects before this year is up. Now, you might be saying, Ricardo, why are you saying this? What brings this up? Well, this actually ties into a video that I made a few weeks ago, which was this video right here, where a giant Sega document got leaked, leaking that new Sonic the Hedgehog games are on the way next year, including a just brand new title, but also mobile games, some other content, some really cool stuff. And right here is their bubble for 2023. Let's look over it real quick. Tales Tube Quarterly, which, yeah, I don't know why that's included in here. Origins and Frontiers DLC, we've received that. Sonic Prime Season 2 in July. We've received that. Sonic Superstars Prologue and Sonic Superstars Fall, we have now received that. And those 2 projects that I mentioned, nowhere to be seen in here. Now, before you start questioning the legitimacy of this document, it's all but confirmed that this is the real deal. This was from Sega themselves. Don't know how this got leaked, don't know why this got leaked, but it's out there now. We now know this information. And thankfully, Sega has not sent me a cease and desist yet. That's not an invitation, Sega, back off. So without any further ado, let's get into 2024 again. Because right here it says, Knuckles TV show, first off the bat, Q1. Obviously indicating that this is going to be early on in 2024. And then right after, Sonic Prime Season 3, Q1. Same applies there. And then you have new mobile game Spring, Tales Tube, Nobody Cares, Sonic Superstars DLC, new game Prologue, new game Holiday, and then Sonic Movie 3. That's a packed year right there. What do I think about this? Is this true? Is this going to happen? What's the deal here? Well, off the bat, like I said, I believe this is legit. I'm going to trust Sega in what they say when it comes to the release calendar, because neither of these 2 projects had actual set definitive dates. Now, you might be saying, well, we had the idea that they were going to come out later this year. What's changed? Well, a lot of things actually. Everything honestly kind of makes a lot of sense here, and I don't think is anything to get too upset over, and we'll explain those a bit. But first off, why? I think we're going to start off with the Knuckles show here because it just makes the most sense. We are currently in, and it seems like whenever I talk about the Sonic movies or the Knuckles TV show, this is brought up, but it's essential to talking about these projects because it plays such a major role in them, and that is the actor strike going on right now. The writer strike is done, that's over, but those were honestly never a factor when it came to the Sonic movie universe projects, because these shows and these movies have been written long before, but the Knuckles show was thankfully able to seemingly finish up filming before the strike was done. And anybody's saying, well, Ricardo, the Knuckles show dodged a bullet. They can release this thing and drop it. The show's filmed, it's done, you can release this, right? Not so fast there, partner. As part of the Screen Actors Guild, not only are they not able to film their movies and shows, but they're also not able to promote them. That's a major factor here. The Knuckles show actually has a fair bit of star power in it. Idris Elba obviously voicing the main character of Knuckles. You have Adam Pally, Tika Sumpter, Kid Cudi is in the show. A lot of names, a lot of faces that people are going to recognize, and they're going to want to have as many people as possible spread the word about this show, because a big factor in this is the fact that this show is going to be a Paramount Plus exclusive. Paramount Plus by no means is a major streaming service. They have a few things on there by proxy of stuff like CBS and MTV and Nickelodeon, but I don't think you can name me too many Paramount Plus original series that you're like, oh, I gotta see that, other than Halo, which is incredibly divisive. Knuckles, though, has the potential to be a very big show for Paramount Plus and really get some subscribers and traction to a service that has really been struggling. They can't just shadow drop this or just drop this with minimal promotion. They want Idris Elba to go on Jimmy Fallon, for instance, and talk about it. They're going to want to do press junkets and interviews and talk about the show with the actors. They want to see Idris Elba talk about it because people like Idris Elba. I think if it wasn't for the strike, we could very well have been getting the show either next month or in December maybe, but as it stands right now, I think they're going to wait for this strike to end so they can do a proper marketing rollout with press junkets and interviews and all of that stuff with the main actors of the show and then drop it. I don't think you have to wait too long because the marketing rollouts for shows aren't that extensive. They're not very long. They maybe take like a month between the first trailer and then the show comes out. It's not the same for movies to where you have around half a year of marketing. But yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons you're not going to be getting Knuckles this year, and that they're probably holding off until they can get this strike over with so they can do all of those things that I mentioned earlier. I hope that cleared some things up. That is not definitively why I think it's been pushed back to 2024, but if you could take any solace in this, it's not too late into 2024. It's not like summer or even spring. It's going to be very early. I'm assuming January or February at the latest. I don't think you have to wait long at all for the Knuckles TV show, but you are unfortunately probably going to have to wait until the calendar year is over with. Now, Sonic Prime, what's the deal with this? Now, Sonic Prime never had a definitive release date for its season 3, but Netflix did give us not too long ago a sneak peek at season 3, which was a surprise to me because the wait between season 1 and 2 was pretty long. It was around like half a year. And we got our first sneak peek in like, what, September? That's a much faster turnaround than there was between the first and second season. So we were expecting, hey, if we're getting it right now, this show should be like right around the corner in like October, November, maybe even December. No, because that sneak peek happened and we haven't really heard anything about the show since, but we have learned recently that Sonic Prime will be popping up at another Netflix event. Netflix Geeked Week is returning and Sonic Prime is going to be at attendance. This event takes place for 6 days between November 6th to November 12th, which essentially confirms that you shouldn't be expecting anything about this show in between that time frame or before then. The most you'll probably get is a trailer, maybe some interviews, maybe some articles about the show from Netflix that they're providing to the press. That takes us around to the half point of November. And if that was a sneak peek, then this is probably going to be a teaser. We'll probably get a normal trailer at some point since this will be the final part of the 24 episode total order that we were given by Sega, Netflix, Wildbrain, all of them. This is essentially the finale to Sonic Prime. So they're going to really want to hype this up, give it its big send-off, kind of. We'll see if it gets a proper season 2. But that's why I think you're going to be waiting a bit for Sonic Prime. We're getting some news soon, but it's news. So once again, like Knuckles, I think you're going to get it pretty early on into 2024. I hope they're not too close together because I'm assuming that Knuckles is going to release weekly, an episode a week, which is going to be really fun to cover every single week. Because with Sonic Prime being a Netflix show, you know, you have the whole season to watch and it comes and goes. But Knuckles, we're going to be able to keep track of that week by week for around a month, I'm going to assume. So that's going to be really fun. But Sonic Prime is going to come out really close. I hope it's not going to be too close though, maybe at least like a month apart or something like that. But nonetheless, 2 Sonic shows that close together, we're going to be feasting. I'm just happy they're like one's live action and one's animated, so they're different enough to where it's not like, oh my god, it's too much. But yeah, guys, according to the document, according to just basically common sense and timing of things that were out of and in control of these shows, it looks like we're going to be getting both of these shows in 2024 and not 2023. So basically, I'm sure there'll be stuff that will pop up, like news and stuff I'm sure is going to be coming for the rest of the year, and we'll have some other stuff coming up for Sonic that I'm really excited to cover and talk about, and merchandise, and a bunch of stuff still happening with the franchise. But in terms of new projects releasing, new releases, we're, I think, done for 2023. I know it's unfortunate. I know. On one hand, yeah, was I expecting both of these shows to come out in 2023? Yeah, but at the same time, I know that it's really only going to be a month or two away from the end of the year, so it's not that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things. It's just gonna have a different number at the end of its release year. Not that big a deal. So when I say this and I'm like, oh, no more projects for the rest of the year, it's not as big of a deal as it may sound, but yeah, I think we can honestly put the rest of 2023 to Sonic to rest because we've basically got all that we were going to receive, and I think it's been a great year for Sonic, but the year's not over just yet. We still have some news, I'm sure, that's around the corner when it comes to stuff like Sonic Movie 3. Maybe some new Sonic game news will leak out. You never know what might happen. But this is where I pass it off to you guys and ask, what do you think? What do you think about the 2 upcoming Sonic shows not coming out in 2023 and coming out in 2024? Are you hoping that they'd release it around November, December, maybe even this month in October? Are you bummed out, or are you fine waiting a few extra months for 2024, making it even more packed year for Sonic than it already was going to be? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links to my Twitter and Instagram on the description below. You can follow those behind the scenes in my life, future content, and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the #1 destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Like I said, just because these shows aren't on the way this year doesn't mean that there isn't more stuff coming this year. And best believe, when there is news and trailers on these shows, I will be covering it. I'm so excited to talk about all the upcoming Sonic stuff in 2024, because next year is going to be absolutely jam-packed. So to stay covered, to stay tuned, to be in the right place for all things Sonic for all of 2024, this is the spot to be. You're not going to want to miss a thing. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Wonder what you want right now, wonder what you want right now.